Welcome back to Pokémon Sterling Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke Challenge. My friends, Radio Tower final, and the last 3 boss fights are left, and we will do all 3 boss fights together. I used 1 scale, so we still have 2 scales left. We have Raichu with Magnet. The levels are exactly correct for the fight, so because I know which one will come in which fight. 56 Meganium, there is the scale what we have used. Psycho Boost, I just removed Magical Leaf, and yeah, stuff like that will obviously lose some value if you have a no-guard Pokemon. I was still keeping stuff like that from the beginning, like Magical Leaf, Shockwave, but yeah, obviously my no-guard Zapdos was making stuff like that a bit less useful. So that's why I don't think we will need that, but if I need it, I can just still scale it back. Psycho Boost is a really good move in this fight, and yeah. Then we have Luxray with a Citrus Berry. We have Donphan in the team. We have Azu with Citrus Berry, and we have Crobat with Black Sludge. Okay, I have checked that fight already. Everything is correctly prepped here. And the Radiator, by the way, for those who didn't saw the fights in the Sterling Silver Discord, so if you are not in the Sterling Silver Discord, join the Sterling Silver Discord. Link is in the description. You will find every single fight of the Radiator, and it was entirely riskless, deathless, the Radiator. So that is crazy, and I would say we have some small risks, like really triple crit, something like that, in this boss fight. Outside of that, the last 3 fights are planned deathless as well. Okay, so let's see. It really depends how unlucky we are, basically. And that's why, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. First boss fight, Proton leads with Crobat. And that's my best lead, basically. We will use Thunderbolt here. And this can't kill me. And this will get Life Orb recoil. And with that Life Orb recoil, this Thunderbolt will always kill, because this can, it was always Brave Bird anyways, yeah. It doesn't really matter, because I want to basically kill this with Thunderbolt. Even if we get a crit Brave Bird, it's fine, because I want to get the chip damage on the next incoming Pokemon, and that is Suicune. Suicune will get a decent amount of damage from Volt Switch, and it is enough that we can just like a super easy beat the Suicune without any pressure. Because this is now guaranteed Surf. It was always. Let me just check if this is Ice Beam as well. I don't think I care that much. Yeah, this is Ice Beam range as well. It's fine. I have planned with that. It's completely okay. There's a Surf. Okay. And we will simply kill this with Giga Drain. Expert Bell Giga Drain kills this from this HP. There was a guaranteed range. Minimum roll Volt Switch after Leftovers recovery means that minimum roll from Giga Drain will kill this. And with that we are full life, and Meganium is really good in this fight for something later on. This is guaranteed Flare Blitz now. We will go to Azu. The good thing about Azu is, and that is IV dependent. Usually you can't do that, and 0 IVs, like stuff like that, was impossible. Okay, so if this crits, always my, not always, but if this would not proc the berry, we are not in Mark Punch range anyways. So we don't need to worry about Mark Punch. So we fake out. That's why we have the Citrus Berry, and Aqua Jet will always kill this Nape now. There's no Mark Punch here. This will always go for Thunder Punch on my Azu. And with that, we will bait Venusaur. And the good news is, if this would crit, Barry procs, and we are only in Leaf Storm range here. And yeah, the game is obviously a decent switch in. Now it depends if we get a crit here. It's fine if this happens. It's really fine. It would be a problem if we get Ice Beam crit and then get a Leaf Storm crit as well. But probably if this is a Leaf Storm crit, I can also Psychic here. Now we will just Psycho Boost, kill this Venusaur. Expert Belt, Psycho Boost is obviously a overkill here. And now we are on 83 HP. And that means this is guaranteed Flamethrower. The good news is my Azu is pretty healthy. And with that, we are making this fight a bit more consistent because we will pivot one time to Azu. And even if this crits burns, it's completely fine. Okay, this is guaranteed Psychic now. And we go to Luxray. With that, we are making the late game in this fight really consistent. And Crunch will kill this. We would never die to Flamethrower crit with my Luxray. But Max Roll crit would mean, even after the Citrus Berry proc, that this Electrode, like this Luxray, can actually even get into Thunderbolt range. So this is really consistent now, because this is always Earth Power. And we will go to my Crobat. We are faster, by the way, with Crobat. So I could also technically, yeah, use something like Heat Wave, Charcoal. It would not even kill, by the way. But yeah, and this is really consistent. Now we will go to Donphan. And obviously my Donphan is never dead here, and EQ kills. Okay, that was the first fight. This fight is done. Okay, let's take the Bright Powder, we need that. And time for Ariana. Okay, I will double check items and stuff like that. And also I need to pre-damage here in this fight. So yeah, let's be careful with that. I will just level up Raichu. This will get a level up anyways. So this makes it a bit more consistent, because we want to have the Earth Power anyways, right? We need the Earth Power. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's the Earth Power. We will just remove now Muddy Water. Okay, let's heal up my mons. And we don't need damage item. Like we don't need something for the ground move. So we will just keep the magnet, because the magnet is actually pretty good here. And with that we can just keep the Expert Belt, for example, on my Lumi, because Lumi will lead this fight with Expert Belt. I will obviously pre-sleep before we start the fight. Then we have Azu. Azu is already in the team. And we have Forretress. And now the most important Pokemon, we have Flareon. And we can XP dump in this fight. So we will just take anything here. I think just Solrock, or... I mean, Togetic was really long not in a fight. Let's take Togetic. Okay, so... let me just check. Making it really, really sure. Yeah, we don't need a damage item. We will just give Shell Bell. And you will get a Citrus Berry. Okay, we will actually give the Mystic Water here. And yeah, then the XP share, of course. And then I just need to pre-sleep, pre-damage. And then we are good to go. Export. Okay, please sleep first of all. No, wait, let me pre-damage first. So Raichu needs to be on 134 HP. Now we can pre-sleep. I technically don't even need to do that, I just realized that. But yeah, it's fine. With that, we will at least share some experience then. Okay. Let me find the file. There you fucking go. Expert Belt, Magnet, Fortress Citrus, Mystic Water, Choo-Choo, and Togetic XP share. Okay, time for Ariana. One more quick check. Oh yeah, I missed something. Good that I checked that, because that would make this fight like fucking disgusting. That would be a really disaster. But I always check stuff like that anyways. So yeah. Oh, it's fine. We obviously need the guts boost. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Ariana is waiting. There's the Flygon lead. Pretty classic. We will just use Ice Beam and kill this Flygon. Okay, this is super consistent. It will just send an Electivire and the electric move. I'll go to Raichu. And Encore. Okay. We want to kill this with Earth Power. We will just double Earth Power here. And this will always bait Entei. Special defense drop is nice. We could also kill this with Volt Switch now, but we want to get the chip on Entei. Because even with the super effective move, because it comes in because of HP Grass basically, but Heat Wave is the highest damaging move. But we'll always go for Heat Wave here, and we can get a nice, decent Volt Switch chip, and that's why we have basically the Magnet here. One of the reasons. We'll go to Azu on Heat Wave. If this crits, it's fine. Because we are not in extreme speed range. That is obviously really important. We'll Fake Out. By the way, Aqua Jet is doing 61% minimum damage. That is disgusting. This Azu is disgusting. And this will always bait in now the Honchkrow. So, we are not pre-damaged here, but I'm pretty sure we are showing a kill. It doesn't really matter though. It doesn't really matter because there's a Pokemon in my team what is safe. Yeah, we are showing a kill with a superpower because Fortress is always safe here. Even against highest roll Brave Bird technically. And we will slow volt switch out here. And yeah, like I said, I don't even need to do that. Because I could just slow volt switch now to my Flareon and start the party. Holy, is this a lot of damage? Okay. And yeah, we will just go to Raichu. Raichu is pre-damaged. So AI sees a kill with a Drill Run here. And we will Volt Switch out here, share some experience with my boys. Go to Flareon. This will always bait in Metagross. We are still phase 1 because of EQ. Yeah, Flareon have a lot of experience already, but yeah, it's fine. Flareon was so fucking strong as Radiator. Holy shit, man. If you miss the fights, like, just like I said, just like join the Sterling Silver Discord. This Flareon is a fucking threat. And yeah, we are faster than Miss Me as well. And what that means, we always kill this Miss Me as well. We even kill this with Blaze Kick. But why not just Flare Blitz? Because we are never that here to recoil anyways. And with that, Ariana is done as well. That fight was completely riskless. Yeah, in the Proton fight we could get unlucky technically. But this fight was completely riskless. Okay. Alright. Last fight. The Archer fight. And double checking everything, of course. Azu is in this fight as well, yeah. So Raichu, Azu actually are in all 3 fights. Can already spoiler that, you will see that anyways. So that is not even a big spoiler. You are getting the Citrus Berry here. Okay. We have Donphan. Raichu. And then we have the other Guts user. This both guys, man. Like, seriously. This both guys was just so fucking crazy. We have Gyarados. And we have Swampert. We don't have the XP share in this fight. But this fight should be also entirely riskless. There was only a small thing in the Proton fight. I would say it is nearly riskless. Because it needs to be a triple crit. And like everything needs to be a crit to make it really dangerous. So Azu needs to get the crit, Flamethrower into burn, stuff like that, you know. So Azu actually gets into yeah, into danger, and then we are baiting Flamethrower probably again or stuff like that. I don't think this would even be possible because that needs to be really unlucky. Okay, so Citrus Berry here. We need the Expert Belt on my Luxray. And we will go Citrus Berry here. And we don't even need to go higher levels on the other mods. So we can just keep it like that. I could even use XP share on Gyarados, for example. But we don't need that. This is the last fight in the Radio Tower anyways. And I'm pretty sure I always manage that my experience will be fine. That's why I always start with 55. Like, we are not even close to danger, like being in danger here. I'm just double checking everything here, basically. Like, item-wise. Yep. 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 That is crazy, by the way. Okay, whatever. You will see that anyways. You will fucking see that anyways. Okay. So, we pre-sleep, first of all. And I obviously need my Guts boost. And now... we can go in. Double checking the items, should be everything fine. Could go technically one level higher on my Donphan. It doesn't really matter though. It doesn't really matter because we are just leading with this Pokemon. So we are not in danger at all. Okay, so last fight, my boys, in the radio tower. Was also feeling pretty quick. Yeah, and the entire radio tower, like I said, outside of the Proton fight maybe, if you want to call it inconsistent. Because it needs to be like a crit, 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 burn. Then again a crit. And then it needs to, like, Crobat needs to win 1 into 3 Flash Cannon. Or like T-Bolt, and yeah, then it is a bit threatening, but okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright. That is pretty classic. I could also do that with Fortress, but Fortress is just baiting something what I don't want to have. And that's why. We will just charm this down. This is doing a ton of damage, by the way. Even on Donphan. But yeah, we will just charm this down, and this needs to die on recoil. I will not use any moves here, because I don't want to trigger Switch AI as well. We'll charm one more time. 77 HP. Let me just check if I can charm one more time. -4. Oh, that gets really tight, huh? Let me just check that. No, it's fine. We can charm this down. It's Gucci. Okay, and now we just rest. Yeah, Donphan. Donphan is just amazing. But that's why we don't need, like, higher levels or something like that. Because, yeah. And we will just rest now, for now at least. This is still doing a fucking decent amount of damage. At some point it is out of moves. I could EQ the moment it is on 30% HP. Because I think it will run out of Double Edge before, you know. But we will stall for sure the Double Edges first. Let's speed that up. Okay. There's the EQ, okay. So now, this can obviously flinch. But, yeah, like I said, this is charmed down anyway. So now, we are even getting lower damage. We just need to hit one time. Even Iron Tail defense drop is fine at this point. Yeah, it's completely okay. Okay. The only important thing is that we are not in psychic range. And that is not the case. So we are only in Hydro Pump range, actually. And we will go to my Azu. Choo-choo! That's a lot of damage, but the good news is if this crits, it will always proc the berry, and we are not in psychic range. So we need to bait a Zap Cannon here. And yeah, that's obviously time for my Raichu. We will Encore. We will Thunderbolt. We can't kill this with a crit. This is even a really strong range, but this is Focus Sash. So we don't need to worry. And we kill this with Volt Switch. With that, we will unleash the power from Luxray. We will go to Luxray. We have the Expert Belt. And we have the Guts Boost. And this will send in Gengar. There's a Gengar. And even with Colbur Berry, Guts Boosted, Crunch with Expert Belt always kills. And we outspeed. Yeah, we have max speed, guys. We have fucking max speed Luxray and Flareon. This both guys, actually. Holy shit. Now this will send in a Tyranitar and intimidate us. But Expert Belt, Cross Chop, even after Intimidate, will kill this Tyranitar. Obviously, we are not in danger against a Cellerock, so we don't need to worry. And this is now Houndoom. And Houndoom is not Intimidate. Otherwise, we would miss the range. But because this is not Intimidate, Cross Chop always kills and we outspeed this as well. So there's a fun part, and that's why I have also Gyarados in the team. This is now always Aura Sphere. It sees a kill, nothing else, it's just Aura Sphere. And we will go to my Gyarados. The thing is, my Swampert is basically dead to highest roll Aura Sphere double crit. Most of the time it will Calm Mind anyways after that, but this is making it just like super consistent. This is riskless, because Aura Sphere into Gyarados, what means for us, we will just now go to Swampert, because this is guaranteed Thunderbolt, and now we can't lose this anymore, because we just Headlong Rush. And it's not even going for Calm Mind. There is the Aura Sphere. And Headlong Rush will just kill this without a damage item. We even had the Citrus Berry, but yeah, we don't even need that. We don't even need that. And with that, the Radio Tower is done. And like I said, it was, I would say, nearly entirely riskless. If you wanna say something was inconsistent or something was really, like, was making that Deathless Radio Tower a bit inconsistent, was the Proton fight. Everything else was super riskless. And that is really rare, to be honest. So yeah, having a Deathless run, obviously, after the Radio Tower is crazy. That is not a Planet Deathless run, by the way. I'm just playing the game right now, and I'm actually having fun. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys in the probably Clarence fight. If you want to see the fights in between, join the Sterling Silver Discord.